Hi, today we're going to make this slab vase with 8 different surface decoration techniques. This is a good beginning level project to learn slab building techniques and to experiment with different surface decoration techniques. First thing we're going to do is make the slab vessel. So I rolled out a slab, I created a template, and I'm just going to use my needle tool to cut around each of the sides of the template. If you just want your piece to be a cylinder, all you need to make is a rectangle. You can make these in any size that you want. I just used a piece of computer paper. I'm going to set my scraps to the side. And then I'm going to create a 45-degree angle bevel edge on both of the sides of each of the sides of the seam. So 45-degree angle is halfway between a 90-degree angle. Right now it has a 90-degree angle. A 45-degree angle is going to be how you would naturally hold a pencil. So all I have to do is hold my needle tool at a 45-degree angle and drag it along one of the edges of the seam. What we're going to do is make a forward 45-degree angle on one side and then a backwards. It's almost like forward slash or backward slash, so that where we attach the two sides, there will be a little bit of an angled overlap rather than having the two 90-degree sides meet up. So I'm just going to cut down one side. Then I'm going to flip my slab over and cut down the same side. So you can see that's a 45-degree angle. Flip it, cut the same direction on the top part again. Just drag your needle tool along that edge. Now I'm going to slip and score each of those beveled edges. I'm just going to use my fingers with some water on them to apply water along that seam, and then use my needle tool to score that edge really well. And I'm going to flip my slab over and do the same thing on the other seam. Just a little bit of water, needle tool to score it. You could use a fork or any type of sharp tool. Next, I'm going to use one hand to support the inside of the slab, and I'm going to roll the slab so that the two sides join together. You want the clay to be firm, so do not add any water to the slab. You're only adding water to that part that you're slipping and scoring. You want this to be able to maintain its structure, so don't add water on these to smooth them out. Once the two sides are joined, you can just press them together. Make sure you're supporting the back with your hand so that the cylinder does not collapse while you're smoothing out the seam with your finger. Don't worry about the seam being perfectly smooth. When this is leather hard, you can scrape along the seam to make sure that it's nice and neat. But by doing this, we've got a good joined seam, and also you're not going to have a bulge where there's an overlap of the two ends of the slab, and it's going to be more sturdy than, like I said, taking 90-degree angles and putting them together. Now let's add the bottom on the slab vase. We're just going to take a little bit of that scrap slab from after we cut out the template, place your cylinder on top of the slab, and you're going to use your needle tool to cut around the bottom. Don't forget to slip and score that on. So to do that, I'm just going to take some water and put it around the outside of the circle, and I'm going to score that. Now we need to slip and score the bottom of the cylinder. Again, water and score. Press that together, and then you're going to lift it up and smooth around that bottom seam. Again, the seams don't have to be perfectly smooth. We don't want to add any water to it at this point. We can just clean it up when it's leather hard. Now that it's leather hard, we're going to use a needle tool to just divide the vase into 8 different sections. We're going to clean it up, make sure that each of those sections is nice and smooth. You can do any type of pattern that you want to divide it into 8 sections, because we're going to do 8 different surface decoration techniques. Make sure you check out my next video to go through each of the 8 surface decoration techniques.